Taylor here, and welcome back to my channel. So today is Sunday night, the night before Polarthon is supposed to start, and it looks like JD Ray Reads is going to be doing Polarthon sprints here in about 5 minutes. So I guess it's starting tonight. The first book that I wanted to read for this readathon, which is my adventure book, is The Girl Who Circumvented Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making. So I guess I'm going to be starting to read this tonight. And hopefully I don't think I'm going to finish it tonight, but I should probably be able to finish it tomorrow. So yeah, I'll probably be filming periodically throughout the night, depending on what all happens in the sprints. I don't know if we're all just going to be sitting here and reading, or if there's going to be games or anything, but I will keep you in touch. This is a week-long reading vlog dedicated to Polarthon, which I believe is going to be... So, Polarthon is taking place February 7th through February 13th. And it is currently February 6th, so it looks like we're starting a day early, but I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, I also have some food. I have myself a turkey sandwich, and I also have myself some popcorn. I also have some water and some tea here for my beverages, so we're all set for these sprints. Alright, so we're on our first sprints. So I'm gonna start The Girl Who Circumvented Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, and I chose this bookmark. So I have 40 minutes, and apparently Pris is in England with Jade, and Gavin's all alone, and apparently he's sad about that. But yes, so I'm gonna have 40 minutes of reading to start off this reading vlog. Alright, so the reading sprints are over. It is like 10 o'clock at night. I was able to get 78 pages read in The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, and it's really interesting. I want to say it's very similar to Alice in Wonderland, because September, she's the main character, is asked by a green wind, or the green wind, to go to Fairyland, and so she's like, yeah, sure, I'll go. And she's like meeting like all these weird creatures and beings, and like they have all these weird rules and laws, and like everything's kind of nonsensical and doesn't make any sense. So it's a lot like Alice in Wonderland. Not only that, but also there's like a Marquess who's like really evil, and she took over, like overthrew the queen, and she made all these bad laws and stuff, which that can kind of be like Narnia. Or I should say The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because, was it the White Queen, I think is what she's called, like, took over and turned the land to, like, snow, and, like, you know, treats everyone bad and whatnot. So it kind of also has hints of that in it, too. So it's good. The writing, I'm not liking the writing so much. It's a little more confusing and, like, nonsensical than Alice in Wonderland. So it's taking me longer to read it, because I'm like, what? So this is interesting that this book is for, like, middle schoolers, because if I read this in middle school, I would have been like, huh, what's going on here? But yeah, it is really interesting, and I'm now going to play my dailies on my phone while I watch some Silicon Valley. And then this isn't for Polarthon, but I'm going to work more on reading Behind the Door, which is a book that I need to read this month. And because Polarthon hasn't actually officially started, I mean, I'm 78 pages into Polarthon, but I want to read a little bit more of this book, and then I will only focus on Polarthon books starting tomorrow. So that's the plan. I will check in with you tomorrow. Hi, Charlie. You're so cute, aren't you? How you doing? You taking a nap? You taking a nap? Yeah? You okay? Are you okay, buddy? Are you sleepy? No? Aw, that was a big yawn. What's up? Huh? What's up? Gonna stretch? Oh, that's a big stretch. Aw. Oh, come here, buddy. Charlie. Come here. Come here, Charlie. Come here. No, you're not gonna come? You gonna wink at me? Oh, you're gonna do a double wink. Okay. Say goodnight. Say goodnight, Charlie. Hey everyone, happy Polarthon day 2. I ended up not filming it all yesterday because it was a rough start to the week, so I just didn't. But I did get reading done, so there's that. I have finished The Girl Who I finished reading The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Katherine M. Vellante. And I believe this was 268 pages. Why is that changing? I feel like my ring light is like, yeah, it's dimming in and out. That's weird. Alright, well, if there's a lighting issue, my light is, why is it dimming in and out? Okay, I think it's fine now. But yes, I finished this and I gave it 3 stars. Starting off, it was kind of slow and I wasn't really getting into it, but I really liked the ending. But I don't think it was enough to be like, oh, this was a really great book, or, you know, it's definitely not a new favorite or anything. But it's about this girl named September who is asked if she would like to go to Fairyland, and she says yes, so she's taken there. And she meets a witch, and the witch tells her that the evil Marquess has taken her spoon and wants September to get it back. So she goes to get this spoon and meets the Marquess, and the Marquess wants her to go and get this sword out of a casket in the Autumn Land or whatever. She just basically goes on an adventure in Fairyland, and a lot of stuff happens, and there's ups and there's downs, and you know, it was kind of emotional. Especially the ending. It was kind of very emotional. And I used that Persephone bookmark, and it was actually valid to this story. Don't want to say why, but the Greek mythology of, or the story of Persephone is kind of used in this book, which is kind of interesting. And I didn't know that, and I just picked that bookmark going into it. Yesterday during JD Ray Reads did sprints again. Unfortunately, she did them at noon my time, so I was at work. Well, I was working from home, but I was working. So I like had them playing in the background, and I couldn't actually read or do any of the sprints because I was working. But yeah, I mean, it was fun to kind of like, you know, see them having fun and everything. Because like Gavin, Priest, and another girl are all at JD's house. Is her name JD? No, Jade. Alright, Jade's house right now for like Polarthon, having fun. So, which is really cool. But I have also started reading Snow and Summer by Jolin. This is about a girl named Snow and Summer, who they shortened to Snow, and she lives in West Virginia, and her mom died giving birth to her baby brother, and the baby brother is dead too, sadly. And her dad is kind of like drawn back and kind of removed himself from things, so her aunt Nancy pretty much takes care of her. And that's all I got so far, because I only got 10 pages in. Didn't get that far into that. And then meet Wilbur. This is Wilbur. He's so cute. There's this company called Sensory Soothers, and they actually make weighted stuffed animals. I'd seen them on like Instagram here and there, and then Amanda, she's a YouTuber. She was talking about how she has a few of them, and they really help her with like her anxiety, like on long trip rides or when she's away from home, or like if she has to go to the doctor or something. And I got a weighted blanket, and it like, if I have anxiety, I throw that on, great, good to go. The only problem is if I sleep with the blanket on me, it's actually too heavy for my weight, so it actually gives me really bad back pains. I figured a piggy would be better. And it actually kind of looks like a real pig too. I'm thinking about maybe getting a collar for it or something. And it's like, I have cats, but they're not really like lap cats, and they don't like come and like lay on my chest and stuff like that. My cat Charlie will like lay around my head, or he'll lay on my legs, but he won't like come and like cuddle with me, you know what I'm saying? I got my Wilbur here to cuddle with me. But yeah, I'm going to get back to reading. I probably won't check in anymore today because my husband's having friends over. I will see you later. Hey everyone, and happy day 4 of Polarthon. I am in my car because I just did some damage at Wonder Books. So yeah, they had a big buy 2 get the 3rd free for all mass market books. But first let me catch you up on what I read so far. So I'm still working on The Bear and the Nightingale. I believe I'm at like 34% read right now. So I'm really enjoying that. I think it's going to be a 4-star book. And I've been kind of like watching the sprints throughout the day that Jade and Gavin and different people have been doing. But since they're UK time and I'm US time, I can't actually like participate because I'm working. But it's still been fun to see like other people having fun and reading all the books and stuff. I think I might be able to finish The Bear and the Nightingale today, which is going to leave me only like a 200-page book left. So I think I might actually be able to get 5 books read for Polarthon, but I don't know what my 5th book should be. Because like I have some ideas, but a lot of them are like 400 pages plus, and I'm like, whoa, that would be a little too much to fit in another like, you know, a 5th book. But if I could find like if I have a polar fantasy that I just don't realize is a polar fantasy, I could maybe squeeze that in. But I don't know. I'll have to see. But my reading is going pretty well. So now let me show you what books I picked up. And this haul is only going to be in this video. When I do like my February book haul, it's not going to be in there because that video would be really long then. So I'm just going to like show what I got here. So I got The Girl in the Tower by Katherine Arden, and this is the 2nd book in the Winter Night trilogy, and so this is the book after The Bear and the Nightingale. I'm liking it so much, I know I'm going to want to read the 2nd book. I don't know right away or not, but I mean, this is like 300-ish pages. So I can maybe I should read both of these during the Polarthon. Maybe I can like throw this in here because it's a little over 300 pages for this one. So maybe I'll read that. Then I've heard so many good things about the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown. So they had the 1st book and I decided to get it. This is supposed to be like, I think, sci-fi? I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I got that. Then I got books 2 and 3 of Abandoned and Claire Case. And there's only 3 books in this series. They didn't have book number 1, but it's available on Amazon, and these 2 are both like $5.98. So I'm like, I'm gonna snatch these up because it looks like a Victorian mystery, which is something I really like. Then I got books 2 and 4 of The Wizard of Oz. So I got The Land of Oz, and I also got Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Last time I was here, I got Ozma of Oz, which is book 3, which I thought was one that I had lent to someone, and I thought that was the one that they hadn't returned, but it was actually number 2. So they actually still had number 2 here, so I grabbed that, and then I've never had number 4. So I decided to grab those. And then, I needed this book. So this is Revisionary by Jinsey Hines, and this is book 4 of the Magic Ex Libris series. And I really like this author. He does a lot of like, I guess sci-fi fantasy would be the right term for it. Because he has like this princess series that I really like that I've read all of. And then he has this one where it's like, these librarians have like magical powers and fight like creatures and stuff. It's pretty cool. And then I got a whole bunch of Steve Berry books because they pretty much had all of the ones like in order that you need. I was going to get more, but then I was like, I'm getting way too many books. So Steve Berry does a lot of like mystery thriller type stuff, kind of like Dan Brown and James Rollins. So I ended up getting the Venetian Betrayal, the Alexandria Link, the Templar Legacy, the 3rd Secret, and the Amber Room. So I have a lot of Steve Berry books now. But yes, I was happy to be able to get all of those books, but now I have to go home so that my husband and I can make a grocery list and go grocery shopping, and then hopefully I can finish reading The Bear and the Nightingale, but we'll see. Wish me luck. Hey everyone! It is now Friday and day 5 of Polarthon, and I just got off work. Yay! Catch you up on what I've read. I'm almost done with The Bear and the Nightingale. It says I have 37 pages left to read. Not 37 minutes because I'm reading on my Kindle. So I have 37 minutes left to read of that. And I'm still really, really enjoying it. I don't think I'm going to read the second book for Polarthon. I think I'm actually going to read this. The Snow Queen by Mercedes Lackey. So, yes, once I finish The Bear and the Nightingale, I'm going to start reading that. And I just hopped on sprints. Chris Sprints is doing reading sprints for Polarthon. I'll be joining in for that. That's my plans. Probably once, I think the sprints are supposed to be over at like 7 o'clock my time, which is usually when I make dinner. So I'll probably make dinner, and then I need to edit a video to get up tomorrow. That's the plan. By the end of today, I will have 3 books read. And then I'll get the Snow Queen read. And then I don't, because the Snow Queen is like a little over 400 pages. So I don't think I'll be able to get that read and another book read by the end of Polarthon, because like my husband and I are celebrating Valentine's Day on Sunday night since we're both working on Monday. So that's gonna take up some time because we're gonna I don't know if we're gonna get delivery or if we're just gonna get to go, and then we're probably gonna watch like a rom-com or some type of romantic movie since it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna get to reading. Hey everyone, and happy day 6 of Polarthon. So I did finish my 3rd book for this readathon, The Bear and the Nightingale, on Friday, and I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. It was really, really good. I don't think I ever talked about what The Bear and the Nightingale is about, but it's basically a story focused or inspired by Russian folklore. And we have this girl, Vasya, who is like a descendant of this girl who was like blessed by the Frost King or the Winter King or something like that. And so she has the ability to see Chiorti, which are basically like fairies. They're like, you know, like brownies and selkies and all of that, but they use the Russian terms for them. So she's kind of like a wild child who does her own thing, and she's not the prim and proper girl like she's supposed to be, and she doesn't want to like get married or go to a convent, and you know, she wants to be free to travel the world. Her mom died giving birth to her. As she gets older, she becomes more wild, and her nurse, or like the lady who has raised her mom and her older sister and everything, is getting really old. And so her dad's afraid that she's going to die and leave no one to kind of like guide Vasya to being a proper young lady. So he decides to go to Moscow and talk to the king and tell him that he needs a wife, someone who can help him with his daughter, and also he needs a husband for his eldest daughter. So everything gets arranged, and I believe, if I remember correctly, the stepmother is also a descendant of the same lady, so her and Vasya are like related. So she also has the sight and can see all these things, but she thinks they're demons and that she's like possessed and like she's crazy and stuff like that. Well, she ends up being forced to marry Vasya's dad, and she's taken, Vasya and her family live like out in the wilderness, like, so it gets cold. They live in the cold part of Russia. Their priest ends up dying, so this young popular priest who the like king's advisor is like threatened by, they send him off to the wilderness to be their new priest. And he thinks again that the fairies and stuff are like demons, and that he needs to cleanse the people, and he needs to have them stop giving offerings and like acknowledging the existence of the fairies because they're cavorting with the devil, and he wants to like save everyone. But he's also kind of fascinated by Vasya. Like, he's repulsed but also like entranced by her. Like, he reminded me a lot of Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he's like my favorite Disney villain. Like, I love Frollo. Not in like a, I wish Frollo and Esmeralda got together, because no. Just as a bad guy. I love Frollo as a bad guy. Which, if you've watched my channel, I've talked about him a lot. He also has the best villain song. So there's like this, but he's, the priest in The Bear and the Nightingale isn't like as demented or as like evil like Frollo is. This guy is actually wanting to protect these people, and he's actually wanting to do the right thing. he just doesn't have all the information, and he doesn't actually like do anything to Vastia or want to hurt her or anything like that. Like that. So he's not really the bad guy in this, but he has like Frollo vibes. You know what I'm saying? The bad guy in this is actually the bear. But yeah, stuff happens, and Vastia ends up kind of like saving the day, but not really. She gets help. I really liked it. It was really good. I decided not to read the second book yet. I figured it'd be too close together. So I ended up picking up The Snow Queen by Mercedes Lackey, and I ended up getting I'm on page 45, and there's like 400 and some pages. They're like short pages with large print, so I don't think I'm going to have any problems finishing this. So I'm going to work on some of this tonight, and hopefully I can finish tomorrow before my husband and I like do Valentine's Day stuff. So yeah, wish me luck. Hi everyone, and happy last day of Polarthon! Today is the last day of this readathon, and it is currently 12:13 p.m. and I am doing the sprints that Jade is doing on her channel. So I'm not sure how long she's going to be doing these for, but I plan to join as long as I can, because all I have to do today is read, and then tonight my husband and I are going to celebrate Valentine's Day. So yeah, so I'm currently reading The Snow Queen by Mercedes Lackey, and funny story. So I got to the end of chapter 4 in this book, and it just ends. Like, there's no period, the sentence didn't make any sense. I was like, what's going on? And the page numbers match and everything. Well, apparently there was a printing error where they didn't actually provide all of the pages needed when they printed this. So I had to go and buy the ebook. So now I'm reading it on my Kindle. It was missing 3 sentences. So I had to pay $6.99 for the Kindle edition to be able to read 3 sentences, because I didn't know how much was missing from the book. I didn't know if it was like a whole bunch, if it was several pages. I also don't know if there's other errors in this copy of the book. So I am 29% into the ebook, and yeah, I've already eaten breakfast this morning. I've given my cats pets and cuddles because they seem to be very needy today. But yes, I am going to get back to reading and check in with you later. Alright everyone, so right now it is 4:47 p.m. and I'm 55% of the way into The Snow Queen, and this is I have 3 hours and 20 minutes left. So woo woo! I will definitely be able to finish it today, but I don't think I'll be able to finish it because in Jade's reading sprints, they're going to be going till midnight UK time, which is 7 p.m. our time, which is in like a little over 2 hours. So I won't be able to finish it by UK midnight, but I'll be able to finish it by US midnight time. So probably once the sprints end at 7, my husband and I will probably order our food, and then we're planning on watching The Mummy. But right now I'm not sure if The Snow Queen's going to be a 3 or a 4 star, because I like it, but it feels like too much is going on, and nothing exciting is really happening. It's about this like fairy godmother who is the Snow Queen, and she lives in Everwinter, which is kind of like this place high up on the mountain in like this ice castle. She like helps people complete their stories and become better people, and you know, try to keep others from becoming evil. And she like watches like things that happen through her like ice mirror and different stuff like that. And there's someone like impersonating her or claiming to be her who's killed 3 villages and has been stealing young attractive men and taking them away. And then we have this these 2 other main characters. One's a wise woman, and one is her like future daughter-in-law. The wise woman's son and the girl's fiance has been taken by this fake Snow Queen. They're like looking for him, while the real Snow Queen is actually trying to like figure out who this person is, and I guess try to stop her. But like, we're more than halfway through, and she really hasn't done much. She's like very focused on other people's issues and finishing other people's stories instead of trying to like clear her name and stop this person. I don't know, it just feels like a whole lot of stuff is going on, but nothing's really happening, if that makes sense. While I was doing laundry, I realized that I had polar bear pajamas, and I didn't wear them at all during Polarthon, so I decided to put them on. So, I have my little polar bear peeking out of my shirt. And I have my polar bear pants. And, oh, I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry, buddy. I accidentally kicked Charlie in the head. And then I actually have matching polar bear socks. They're nice and fuzzy and warm. Yay. But yes, I'm officially ready for Polarthon now. Almost a little too late, right? But that's okay. So yeah, this sprint is going to be up in like 5 minutes. So I need to try to read a little bit more before the sprint ends. Wish me luck. My little Ellie belly must be cold. She has her little front paws under the heater to keep warm. Which I don't understand why, because it's fairly warm in here. Charlie has come out to see what's going on. Hi, Charlie. What you doing, buddy? Yeah, look at that sweet little face. Hi, Charlie. You're not gonna look at the camera? Oh, there you go. Hi, buddy. Hey, how about you, Ellie? You gonna look at the camera? No? Oh, no. She's like, I'm just gonna. Oh, look. She does a little prim and proper thing with her little paws. So cute. My babies are so cute. I love them so much. Alright, everyone. So it's a little after 7 o'clock. I had to log out of the sprints because my dinner has arrived. And my hubby and I are going to eat our delicious kava. Kava. I got a grain bowl with harissa honey chicken. I got some avocado on here. Got corn and Kalamata olives and hummus and pickled onions. And then I have sparkling apple crisp juice, which is very good. But yes, we are going to eat this while we watch The Mummy. And it's going to be an amazing time. My husband and I have both watched and loved The Mummy, and I thought it was a great movie for both of us to watch since he likes a lot of like action movies, but I want romance, so it's got action and romance. Great Valentine's Day film, right? Right?
Are you really?
Yes, I'm really.
You're so ridiculous.
Hey everyone! It is officially the end of Polarthon. It was such a fun week. It sucked that I kind of had to work during it, so I couldn't read as much, and I tried to participate in as many of the sprints as possible. I think I pretty much was able to participate, or at least have it on in the background for most of the sprints, so that's really good. But I did end up finishing The Snow Queen by Mercedes Lackey, and I gave this 3 stars. I don't know if I ever said what this was about. I think I started to touch on it, but there's this godmother named Alexia, and she's been accused of killing all these people in 3 villages and kidnapping like attractive men and keeping them like as hostages or as slaves or whatever. And so she's gone off to like clear her name and stop the person who's impersonating her. I think I mentioned that there was like a whole lot of plot points going on or whatever. So she wraps up some of the plot points before she actually goes on her adventure. And then she runs into some of the people whose like stories she was like watching or that were taking place, and then they kind of like all meet up to go and take on the big bad. And it was interesting. I don't know, I feel like this book wasn't edited very well. Like I kept on like finding mistakes, and then I think I already mentioned like there were 3 sentences missing at the end of chapter, I believe it was like 4. It was just like the page ended. I went to my husband, was like, does this make sense? And he goes, I think it's a printing error. He goes, because it goes from like, I think it was page like 101 to 102. There was clearly a part of the book missing. So I had to pay to download the ebook, and I paid for 3 sentences pretty much. So I finished reading it actually on my Kindle. But yeah, so overall I read 4 books for Polarthon. I read The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, and I gave this 3 stars. I read Snow and Summer by Jolin and gave this 3 stars. Then I read The Bear and the Nightingale, which I gave 4 stars. It was the best book. And then I read The Snow Queen. I I believe, for my steps, that this is going to be an adventure, and this is going to be the Cold Word, and then the Bear and the Nightingale is going to be the foiled cover and the Icy Magic, and then I believe one of the Frozen 2 books was going to be my Polar Fantasy that I need for the top. Well, I changed it, and I made this the Icy Magic and the Polar Fantasy prompt. So I changed it around a little bit because I realized that I was going to get, if I read the Frozen 2 book, because there's only 215 pages, that I was going to get done with it too quickly. Like, I would be done like early Sunday, and I didn't want to be done that early, but then it wouldn't give me enough time to read another whole book. So that's why I picked up the Snow Queen, because it was like 400 and something pages, and I started on Thursday night. I was like, I can read 400 and some pages and get it all done. So yeah, I hope you all liked this reading vlog. I hope you all participated. If you did, let me know whose team you're on. I was Team Explorers. Yay! But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!